Ah, we're back. Yeah, sorry, that's just my internet service provider being stupid, I think. My internet, like, died for a second, so... I am back, though. It couldn't authenticate with Twitch, so, like, it wouldn't even connect when I, like, relaunched OBS Studio for a while. But hopefully it stabilizes? I don't know. That's just the eternal problem for my family, is getting good internet. Anyway, so yeah, it's interesting that Battlecruiser Tech is going to be picked here. It's going to come in and catch some railguns, it looks like. Yeah, still no anti-air to speak of for Captain Pink, so... Match score, this is game 1. So 0-0. Did it drop again? No, certainly not. Can you still hear me? Oh dear. Huh. Oh, okay, good. Anyway, yeah, so the ordinary thing to do here, and by the way, he's getting massive value out of these strike fighters. Okay, there's the first missile battery, so now he's finally gonna have to leave. The ordinary thing to do here is to go for, like, assault cruiser fab and then straight into artillery, because it's Kalash Teeth, right? And then you play carrier power, go for the artifacts, try to sort of force your way into, like, this area of the map, and if you can hold it for enough time, you'll just eventually build up a lead by those artifacts, but he's gonna go for battle cruisers instead. Still a good map for them, because obviously it has a lot of choke points that they can go through to get close to people. And just kind of a spicier pick because it's not as common. So I'm interested to see about that. One of these support cruisers should for sure take the third base, though, and he should be moving out with the carrier right now. And a couple of base runners would go a long way, too, but we'll see if he chooses to build them. Looks like he's actually just triple pumping BCs right now. Probably wants to move the carrier, though. I mean, it's not like BCs are slow in patch, it's just that he wants that carrier out in the middle. Indeed, BCs in patch are, like, much faster than they were in vanilla, I think, so... CVS. He's Savon. CVS Pharmacy. Yeah, no, but A-Game is still kind of idle with this carrier here, so a little bit strange. Sport Cruiser anti-air coming out for him. That's kind of an interesting pick. Actually, he should know there's no air tech, though, because I think he's seen this carrier recently, but... You know, maybe just because he plans on doing a support cruiser BC play here, but I still think that carrier moving out into the field would be a good call right now. A couple ALMs getting dropped here, I don't really know why. But, you know, I'm always saying that, so... Yeah, it's still sitting here with this carrier. Strange. Oh, I didn't kill it. Left it with 12 HP. Mortar is actually going to do quite a bit of damage there. Obviously, with that Sunder, they only had about, like, 3 armor, so... They're scouting ALMs. Right. Of course. Look how much time, though. Like, this is really awkward for Captain Pink to try to weed out these AAVs, and they might even get a kill on this rail. Oh, the air certainly will. Yeah, he strayed a bit from the missile batteries here. But look how much time delayed that, you know, A-Game is stopping his opponent from getting onto 3-base. Not that he even seems to want to. This is something we noticed from other games of Captain Pink throughout this tournament. He doesn't go to 3-base very often. But even if he wanted to, he can't really do it. So this is wise from A-Game. Captain Pink getting more heavy vehicles armor, but obviously there are BCs on his doorstep. So rails are not bad against them, but I don't think the armor upgrade is terribly impactful. And a lot of LAVs with them as well. So it looks like he did actually want to take the 2 support cruisers into the front line, and maybe he's just thinking of like frontline healing or something like that. By the way, first BC slaps down a couple of railguns over there. I'm not sure if you noticed that. Smoke pop there, it's a little bit interesting. I see. I guess, yeah, it's true. You have field control enough with this already. I would still like to see a couple of base runners, though, but it's pretty clear, though, these BCs are certainly doing their job. This is actually quite a lot of healing. I guess this SC could actually move up a little bit, but it doesn't look like from sensors that it shouldn't be healing it, so... If he walks the carrier up here, though, he's just gonna actually lose it to the BCs, right? I mean, obviously, when you're fighting BCs like this, you want to actually be, you know, at range, right? This railgun here's... So what he needs to do is rotate the carriers so that the back end is facing out, and these rails don't just spawn right into 3 BCs that are just gonna chunk them to pieces. I will say, BC range is still quite surprising to me in patch, so that was... maybe catching him off guard as well here. But now the carrier's just kind of gonna suicide in here. And yeah, I mean, he knows pretty well he's lost this game, so he doesn't really care. So that'll be game 1 going to A game. And the BCs did their job pretty well. I think they're better than assault cruisers in this example because they have they have more range first off, and they also have the alpha damage to just kill those railguns immediately, right? Whereas ACs would have struggled a little bit more with this. But like in a lot of contexts, fighting like single targets, it almost feels like BCs are just like worse ACs, but I think this is what they do better. Let's load up game 2. Alt-tab intensifies. Okay, here we go. Gonna be, of course, on Torrent Creator, as I said. Game 3 would be on the Boneyard. And this, I assume, is gonna be the correct Torrent Creator, M. Wouldn't expect to see A game pick the wrong one here. LAV FAD started instantly for him. 4 on C's though, so this is probably an LAV spam game from him. Not gonna retire the base for it. Looks like he'll hold on to that one. And as for Captain Pink, he's got 3 on C's, 2 on RUs. This is probably SC first once again. It's interesting though, his opener is so like it is a macro opener, but then he goes for like foregoing 3 base almost every time. It's kind of interesting. Now, this just is a mistake, I'm sure of that. I'm pretty sure he wants to fill out this other CU miner here before he gets LDN set up. Happens though, you know, we all make mistakes. He'll figure it out eventually, I'm sure. I did this actually earlier today though, didn't I? So I shouldn't be talking. It's true, actually. I've noticed this myself as well. The bases seem pretty far away on the new Tauren. You're gonna swap the RU miner. Like after you got the production upgrade? I don't know. Captain Pink here, spitting out that SC. He's gonna be moving up. I'm assuming he's saving for carry production upgrade, but he may actually be going for like 5 LAVs into like SC first. Ah, I see. Coming up with a build order on the fly, right? But yeah, my first guess would be this is LAV spam, but we'll have to see. Meanwhile, for Captain Pink, he's gonna want to get tech soonish, right? If he knows that there's these LAVs chasing him. But in fact, he retired his base runner in this game, so he doesn't know about that. So this LAV here wants to catch info on them. If you retired your base runner, this is your scouting unit, so you want to send him out to the front line. See what info there is to glean off the map. And that is indeed where it seems like this guy is headed. Agen gonna check this potential second base location, but he's not there. And now driving up toward the other second base. And he's gonna bring his turret. I mean, that's what it's for, but he's gonna bring his base runner in tow here. And so the idea is that if Captain Pink goes for AVs, he can counter, obviously, all these LAVs here. But with the turret there, the AVs are not going to be able to push on the turret necessarily. So it kind of gives the Coalition player a chance to fight back against the AVs. This is a bit of an awkward fight for A-Game, though. So he does not have the numbers here. So the turret is going to get set up to defend the LAVs there. He kind of has to do it, so I think this is a bit of a mistake of his to pop into the SC's range there for a second. And those LAVs are going to back away. I don't know if they saw the turret, actually. I think they did. But yeah, first turret getting set up over Captain Pink's third base. It's not ideal. He would have liked that, I think, to be right here. Yeah, I mean, well, like I was saying, you were definitely worried because, like, that's why you set down the turret, right? You were going to get overrun there. See, I was expecting Captain Pink to like scout the LAVs and then go into AV Fab, and he is going to go into it, mind you, but he actually was able to just fight off using LAVs of his own there, so... And then Rail Fab was done, of course, for AGameAnx. He's going to begin building them. I think he's pretty committed to this strategy, right? Like, he kind of needs to... He kind of needs to make this work. Oh, really? That was about where you wanted it? Otherwise, Carrier kills it. I suppose, but if he goes for a support cruiser and moves up here, he'll kill it anyway, right? So it's not really going to slow down his third base very much, right? Hearing this for the long run, baby. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's what it looks like to me, because obviously... forward turrets, railgun fab, that seems like early aggro. Like you want to actually finish the game here. Obviously AVs are actually going to be okay for this then. Until the rails get there, and then the AVs are going to be a little bit more difficult to pull off, but he may at that point already be able to go into like fighter and gunship, or maybe rails of his own. AGame just trying to pressure the main base here. He's going to get an LAV for free, it looks like. That's pretty nice. But he doesn't have the upgrade advantage here, right? Yeah, so... Oh my gosh. Captain Pink is going to BCs? This or... What? Off of, like, 1.5 base when he's getting, like, turret rushed? Alright, I mean, I've seen stranger things before, but... I've never seen this play. We'll see, I mean, maybe he makes it work. Maybe he makes it work. It's worth noting, I think the rush distance is pretty long on this map, so the reinforcements for AGame are coming up pretty slowly. This is one reason why... Generally, like, Galzian is more commonly going to be, like, the early aggressor in the game, right? It's kind of for this reason. Coalition does not have the forward production. But, I don't know, like, obviously the BC is going to take so long to come out that he kind of allows all of these reinforcements from AGame to reach that side of the field, so... This is pretty good for AGame, I would say. I don't think BC is the right call here. Then again, they are spicy Sawan BCs, so, you know. Obviously, here's a moment where he could flip the SC and the carrier. I think that'd be really wise. Because he wants the carrier over here anyway to deal with these turrets, right? But he's not moving this SC. Yeah, I mean, he was doing this in games versus Kaushmal as well, kind of like eco-suicide, right? Just like driving this carrier out. He needs to have money, mind you, for like a BC when the tech is done. And if he's just like... First off, he wasn't even mining RUs off this base for the longest time. Uh-oh, this guy got sundered. I think the LAVs are gonna... Yeah, they're gonna jump on that. This AV needs to get out of here, and this carrier needs to stay there and get this AV... Or no, sorry, get this support cruiser back onto the second base. Or that's gonna be his main problem. Haha. This is just eco-suicide. This is terrible. Oh, and he's teching into LAV Assault Pack, but this is an RU sync. He's got to build a BC. If he doesn't build the tech that he's gotten here, he's 100% dead. Because AGame is not going to just leave, right? Yeah, this is gonna be bad. That's such a pity, because this could be like a really spicy outcome, but he's kind of just playing this away that's like guaranteed to lose him. Oh, he's ALM spamming too into turrets. Why would you do this? No, 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 no. No, no, no. This is an unpowered carrier, by the way, so like these LAVs can just kind of be here. They're not worried about dying. Look, if he canceled Assault Pack right now, he could build a BC. He has the money for it, but it's definitely the wrong place to allocate that money. Not to mention, as you can see, these turrets actually hurt Sawan carriers quite a bit. Not to mention with the armor break on Sunder here, so... And now there's just nothing here anymore. And he's gonna push on AGame. I noticed this happening, but like, this seems rather unlikely, right? I like the attempt at the dead pack, but it's not gonna pay out, so... But this is like so many LAVs for AGame that he can just like come back and match it, yeah? This little half of the blob is 16 here, just kind of come back and deal with all of the LAVs from Captain Pink. So like, I get the idea, but I think he really needed these at home, rather than trying to make it a two-front battle. He's not going to win that, he has the smaller army. That being said, he is going to get salvager kills here at least, so... He does a modicum of damage, actually quite a bit more damage than I was expecting. But it kind of doesn't matter, because I feel like AGame is gonna... Oh, he finally flipped the SC, that's really good. But I feel like AGame is going to win the game with the army he's got already. He doesn't actually need anything else. So I'm not sure if eco damage is like really very impactful here. More AVs being produced as well. He just keeps delaying that BC. He's got to get the BC out, because without a BC here, he's never going to be able to fight these railguns. So he needs to be saving money, which means basically build LAVs and nothing else right now, until you have the money for a BC. Got that tech like 4 minutes ago, right? But he hasn't used it. So I'm very worried for the captain. A-Game probably wants to be repairing these guys, but he'll figure that out eventually, I'm sure. At this point, as if I were him, I might be making a support cruiser and trying to get to 2 base, but... Because if this push is going to work, by the time another railgun gets there, I think it'll already be over. So, you know, he might as well just get some insurance in case something happens and repels him here. Okay, there's the BC. So it's finally out. Now he wants to fight the railguns with this BC, because obviously he can kill them here. But this AV doesn't really have business there. Why is he not shooting? Oh dear. Okay, he got 1 kill, but he's actually going to lose it to turrets now. Uh-oh. Yeah, I mean, that should probably be the final nail in the coffin. A-Game is building support cruiser like I suggested. All the salvagers gonna get wiped from the main base though, because obviously A-Game is quite aware now. Yeah, my opponent hasn't got anything left, so I'll just kind of sweep through and kill everything. And indeed, he's gonna target the second base next. And now we might as well go for artifacts, and indeed that is what he's doing. Salvagers ripped off the second base as well. And yeah, like you say, 4 turrets, right? I mean, this Sub-1 carrier can't actually clear out this many turrets anymore. The thing is, though, like, what's really bewildering in this game is that A-Game manages to have the bigger army, because Captain Pink has 2 base and A-Game has 1. Not to mention the expense of building all these turrets, right? But Captain Pink just kind of didn't control army well, really, and he ended up losing losing trades he should have won that were really important for the win here. That too. Because like a couple AVs is fine, give you a safety net, the LAVs can't push on you even if they find a window. You keep building them though and sending them out to fight this like railgun and you're just gonna die. Second BC pops, but it's really too late now. The turrets are focus firing a Salvager, it's cute. I'm still unsure if turrets can actually focus fire, by the way. Like, sometimes I think they can, sometimes I think they can't. I don't get it. But that is going to be the Sub-1 carrier killed by turrets. And A-Game takes game number 2. Whoopsie daisy. Load game 3 in here. It was an interesting build, though. I kind of liked it. Le Bonniard. A staple map of A-Games. And this one was his pick as well, I think. Yeah. He's gonna get the spawn we would generally consider preferential because of this third base positioning, as opposed to this one. Feels quite bad here. So that's obviously pretty nice for A-Game here. He put 1 on RUs. He's made 2 salvagers though with no base runner retires. So I think that this is SC first from him, but we'll have to see. And Captain Pink I expect to do the same, because that's just generally I think his MO. He's got 5, 6 here, yep. So he probably is going up to SC first as well. Oh wait, no, I take it back. So A-Game is actually going to move this guy up here onto the second base wreck. And so probably we see him get LAV Fab at this timing. What? Oh, this is actually SC first. Interesting. You can see his support cruiser is going to be later, but perhaps this makes his eco a little bit stronger. He's going to be undermined a little bit on RUs, though. So that's kind of an interesting call there. I think patch has changed enough that like the exact correct method of doing SC first is still a bit up in the air. So here we have the divide, the great divide. Although actually I shouldn't even say that because Captain Pink retired his base burner, so he's also doing kind of the Ordnate build here. And Probe popped for AGameAnx here after, of course, he gets LAV Fab started. He'll be fully saturating this main base now. LAV Fab done for both parties. And Captain Pink actually going to build one as well. He's going to build two. This one is, I think, pretty fortunately timed because he may be able to kill the probe with it, but no, not quite. But his opponent already saw, okay, so the carrier's moved over here, so this is SC first from him. AV Fab started for AGameAnx, and yeah, he's going to be filling out this main base once that last salvager pops out there. Captain Pink taking his time, though, actually, so he's only got one salvager here. And he's a little bit badly positioned on that carrier as well. So he's going to make a bunch of LAVs instead. The question is, can he get any value with these LAVs? But I think, more importantly, you must note, like, he kind of has to make them because I guess seeing the probe, you can sort of assume that maybe this is SC first, but, like, otherwise he doesn't know. So he could be coming up against a rush here, and he would have to find out with these LAVs, so I feel like that's the problem with retiring base runner like this, is that you sort of force yourself to, even though the idea is to get an economic edge, you kind of force yourself to actually get behind on economy later on in the game. But the jury's still out on that one. Obviously, Orbnet would disagree. So, turret actually going to get set up here blind, though, by AGameAnx. That's a little bit interesting. I don't think he needed that, because he's got the AAV tech first. And his probe has seen that there are a couple of LAVs, but he doesn't know that it's going to be like a commit yet. Until there's tech on Captain Pink, he can easily hold with just AAVs. I think that the turret is maybe a bit of an overreaction. Fighter and gunship probably going to get started by him, but you never know. This is Jaraci, of course. He may choose to forego that tech. Actually, it's another support cruiser coming out, so he's actually going to go a bit greedy here. I kind of like the call because we only just now have tech started for Captain Pink, so it's not like he's going to get pressure here. And if that just nets him an easy 3 base over his opponent, that's obviously, you know, a pretty tangible advantage. I think he'll be happy to have it. Probe coming out here again to check. This is a little odd. Okay. And it's pretty convenient timing as well because Railfab just finished. Obviously, here you can see it opening up. That's the rail module. And AGame's probe is going to catch vision on that, so he knows about the tech. Sport Cruiser had a funny rally point for a second, but he's also going to move out and try and get an artifact here. But again, like, Captain Pink doesn't have any field presence, but he also doesn't have an eco advantage. So I guess the question is just like, what's he been doing, right? He's getting Mag Excel? You haven't even built any railguns yet. Oh no. Yeah, this is gonna slow him down a lot. AGame's just kind of by default gonna get really far ahead here in this series, or this game. Just now he wants to begin the first fight of the game to try and like fight this this base runner here. But there's 2 AVs already, so he's not gonna be able to do anything to that. He hasn't built any railguns yet. Turret is getting set up for A-game as well. He's actually gonna lose this AV here if he doesn't smoke it. Ah, too late. But the turret is set up for him. A couple of LAVs coming in. This is because he didn't get the armor upgrade, by the way. That's why that many LAVs can kill it. And actually, Captain Pink has armor 1 on his LAVs too. But with this turret set in place, I don't think he'll be able to push on this. Yeah, he seems to agree. He's gonna sort of waffle a bit and then back away. And that first artifact gonna be scored by AGameAnx. Still wants to clear out this turret, though, does Captain Pink, and A-Game maybe could have even stayed for it, but of course he chose not to. Turret will go down, but it definitely got its value in LAV kills here. And yeah, Captain Pink just still really falling very far behind here. He's even floating, right? So not only is he behind on eco, but he's also not spending the eco that he's got, and he doesn't have as big of an army. So it feels like this game he's just collapsed. I don't really understand, like, what he's going for, really. Bit of a backstab here, getting set up by AGameAnx as well onto that main base. But his main force, it seems, is actually kind of LAVs here. He's got armor 2 for them, and then fighter and gunship tech getting started for him as well. And he still has full vision on this carrier. Captain Pink hasn't really tried to deny this probe, so A-Game knows exactly everything that's going on here. No AV tech, that is, and he's still on 2 base. Hasn't even opened this wreck, let alone, you know, gotten it set up here. Assault pack starting for him as well. This probe will eventually be killed, if these LAVs, like, every now and then get to fire a single shot at it. Oh dear, I unplugged my monitor again. Oh, okay, no, it's good. Technical difficulties intensify. No, we're all good. And A-Game, it looks like just waiting a little bit patiently here for his assault pack to finish. He may even wait for a couple of fighters to be done. After all, why should he push here? He knows that he's winning by literally doing nothing, so there's not really any incentive for him to just, like, go out on a limb here like this, right? He's got, by far, the superior LAV numbers here. He doesn't even have the 3rd production upgrade, though, so, like, that's just coming from him having started building them faster. He's also got a gunship on the way. Of course, he knows the army composition of his opponent, because that probe sat there for so long. He knows he's got 1 railgun, and then a bunch of LAVs. And so, not really any reason for him to do anything but just build like a gunship and chonk them all, I guess. That's all I can say. Captain Pink, though, no scouting on his opponent, but he's going to attempt to push here. He'll catch the first LAV, but he used boost on it. Uh-oh. Yeah, I mean, that means that he can just get swamped by these guys. A-Game's probably going to wait until that gunship launches. Interesting, he's actually going to split here quite a bit. Depth pack as well. What's going on? Captain Pink, what are you doing? Oh my gosh. It's like Pickett's charge here, man. He just drives in and everybody dies. Didn't get a single kill on anything. Oh my god. That was the least efficient LAV push I've ever seen in my life. Oh no. It did look pretty cool, I will say that, but the gunship didn't even get there in time. They were just all dead. Oh my god. Oh, there's someone left to shoot, though, that's for sure. Captain Pink's still with a bunch of LAVs set to guard order his carrier here. But A-Game's gonna ignore them. He just goes straight for the salvagers, it looks like. AV's gonna start their backstab at this timing as well, and the LAVs are gonna drive on into the main. And these gunships could get some mad value right now, just kind of chonking these LAVs here. Boost used by A-Game, he actually splits the army in kind of an interesting fashion. Oh! Oh, the magical gunship. God Hates Weaves would be proud. Again, massively efficient trade here for AGameAnx. He's obviously just, like, owning the main base. I don't even know what's going on over there. At this point, I don't think there's anything that Captain Pink could possibly do to recover. So Strike Fighter is going to be produced, Tactical Bomber being tech. That looks like finishing the game techs here. Anti-carrier techs. And yeah, there's really nothing left to contest A-Game's forces here. So that pretty much ought to be the end of the game. So Captain Pink just gonna right-click on his opponent's base, you know, why not? But we already know the outcome of this. And that means that A-Game is gonna win the series 3-0. I gotta say, not a huge surprise, but I don't know, I feel like Captain Pink put up a much better defense in game 1 and 2. Well, game 2 is a bit sloppy as well, but like he did much better in game 1 than he has in game 3 here, so I don't know. Maybe he just kind of tilted. Maybe he didn't really try too hard in the last one, but Something was different about this, right? Attack bomber gonna waste its... Oh no, that's a gunship. Okay. I thought the bomber was gonna waste its bomb on the LAVs instead of on the carrier. These LAVs are literally targeting the carrier. We saw how that works earlier today. Actually, if they get high ground, their damage will go up by like 400%. That's pretty cool. Bombers are on the queue, carriers powered up. Obviously, we know the outcome of this. But we can watch it, I suppose, in full cinematic glory. Hold up, that just won't even do. We need to turn end lips off. Ah, yes. Beautiful. Skadoosh. And so that'll be the series through for AGameAnx, and unsurprisingly he will be advancing to the semifinals, where he has been in, I believe, every tournament that he's competed in, at least. So yeah, nicely done for him. Wow, the space runner looks tiny with inlets on, look at that. Oh, I can't get to the options, can I? Oh well, thanks for tuning in. I think that'll be the end of the stream, but definitely the end of the video. And I'll catch you guys later.